Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers and Facebookers all across the nation. Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Today we have some good news. Like I said, it's a very slow season right now when it comes down to the sports news, but you know what? This is Uneducated Sports Talk. We're going to find that news for you. So, today we got big news in the NFL. Yes, I said it, NFL. We haven't talked that much NFL lately, but now we have kind of breaking news. So let's start with that right now. My man Kirk Cousin has been the first quarterback in NFL history to sign back-to-back franchise tags. Back-to-back. That means you can't make a decision on a man. They don't know what they want to do with him. They don't know what to do with Kirk Cousins if you're the Washington Redskins. One, do you sign him for a big long-term contract and he isn't really your right solution? Or do you just let him walk and then you always wonder, what if he goes to another team and he becomes this great quarterback and he's winning Super Bowls? You know, so they don't want to be that team that let this franchise caliber guy go, but at the same time, they don't know if he's actually, franchise caliber worthy. So they're in a very tough decision. So they franchise him for a second year in a row. He's making $23.9 million for this year, basically $24 million for 1 year. And you cannot find a deal with him, and it's going to hurt them in the long haul. Because believe it or not, the Kirk Cousins camp, they were probably wanting Kirk Cousins to be franchised. And here's why. Because there's never been a quarterback in his prime, and a good quarterback. He's a very good quarterback, and he's in his prime. You have never seen it. I dare you to go look to see a quarterback in his prime on the open market. That hasn't happened. In my knowledge, it hasn't happened. Think of all the good quarterbacks that has come through. They may have gone through one franchise tag, but they've never gone through two franchise tags. Never. So now you're thinking to yourself, this guy can make a whole lot of money next off season by numerous teams. So you think about it. Derek Carr got paid 5 years, $125 million. $125 million. And that's going to seem like chump change to what Kirk Cousins is going to make next year. The man is going to make a lot of money. He's going to be well paid, whether it's with Washington or another team. There's 10 other suitors. You got the Jaguars, you got the Browns, you got the Broncos, San Francisco, you got Buffalo. Those guys, the Rams, are all looking at him for next year. They can pay him that kind of money. So they are very, very, very willing to hear what Kirk has got to say next year. That being said, I think that Washington's kind of holding it out. They're picking and choosing what to do with him, and I don't blame him, because if you give him all that kind of money and it kind of hurts your defense, what you need on the back end, that can hinder you for the next 4, 5, 6 years. But think about it. Even with that defense, Kirk Cousins has brought you to the playoffs twice already. Yes, it's been early exits both times, but he's brought you to the playoffs. So you guys have a chance with Kirk Cousins. There's always a chance with him. And if I'm Washington, I was willing to pay and take that chance, because in this league, you need a quarterback to succeed. You have one who's played very well in your system, in the Jay Gruden system. So this is the make or break year, but now he will be a free agent next year in his prime, and everybody's going to want him. Now you have to battle with like 10 other teams just to get him. So, Kirk Cousins, you're getting paid regardless. As long as you don't hurt yourself this year, you're getting paid next year some big cool money. We're talking the $27 million deal range here, where I'm thinking, in my opinion. Another person got franchised, Le'Veon Bell, franchise for this year, so he gets paid $12.1 million. Let's call it $12 million. What's the other $100,000, right? Yeah, but he's getting paid $12.1 million. He came out and said, I am better than what I got paid. Well, yes, you certainly are, Le'Veon, and you are a great running back. And that's a big if you can stay on the field for a full season, or even 13, 14 games out the year, you will get that kind of money. But what you've shown in the past is the reason why you're getting paid and you're being franchised. Because, to be honest, they cannot trust you right now. Yes, you had one good year, but you're suspended for the first 4 games because of what you did in the past. So, with that being said, if he can go ahead and show that he's willing to play all 16 games, and you stay relatively health-free, and you played the whole entire season, then you will get paid your big bucks. I promise you that. I promise you. He's looking more in the probably $14, $15 million deal range area, $16 million at the most. he wants to be the highest paid running back, and I don't blame him because he is one of the best running backs in the game. So that right there, I hope Le'Veon can stay on the field, stay not having issues, and he'll be just fine. And speaking of having issues, while we're still in the NFL talk, my man Ezekiel Elliot once again is in the news for just something off the field incident. Sunday he was at a bar and a fight happened. A man got injured, and sources are saying that it was Ezekiel Elliot that was part of it, whether he was in it or he had a big part to do with it. The problem is he is staying in trouble, and trouble won't stop following him. I've seen too many incidents where a great caliber player, whether it's NFL, NBA, baseball, things outside of their realm happen and seems to follow them, and it will break them down as people, as characters, and as a player. So nobody wants to keep, giving you this helping hand and, telling, hey, stay out of trouble. Once you get into the league and you want to keep making money, money should tell you to stay out of trouble. You want to keep getting money, stay out of trouble. Then when you're done with the NFL or done with whatever sport that you're in, make as much trouble as you want, for all I care. But if you want to keep making money, you stay out of trouble. You want to keep making money, stop smoking weed. You want to keep making money, stop getting in fights. You want to keep making money, stop putting yourself in bad situations every time you're not playing or you're not practicing. Stop doing that. And what he is doing is putting himself in bad situations every single time. Now, he's still very, 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 very young, but he's always been this popular guy, even his days in Ohio State, very popular character. But this is like the third or fourth incident he's had, and he's only been in the league 1 year. So we had the bar incident. He's already facing a domestic violence thing going on from last year, 2016, that he has to deal with. And now, he was part of a car crash accident last year, being the passenger side, and he's also involved into another kind of bar fight. He wasn't with it, but his friend was being arrested. So he's been in this situation too many times, and he is a great player. And if he continues to do what he does, he will have the greatest numbers ever, because that Dallas O-line is nothing to joke about. That is a real deal offensive line right there. So if he continues to play well and be successful, he will break all the records. He will make a lot of money. But if he keeps continuing to do things off the field, which could hurt his image and hurt him as a player, he will lose that money in a heartbeat. And I've seen too many good guys do that. So I hope that Ezekiel Elliott, yes, he does play for the Cowboys, and I cannot stand the Cowboys, but I like their players. And I hope Ezekiel Elliott understands that I can't mess this up, man. Money is there to provide for your family, provide for yourself, provide for your legacy, provide for your generation after your generation. That right there, that money that you make can help your people's people in 40, 50 years be established. People don't think like that, because when you're in that limelight, it's different. I totally understand. I can talk all that. I don't have that kind of money, but you got to have some kind of set rules or set limitations. You can't keep putting yourself in horrible situations. Going to a bar, past 9 o'clock, it depends on what bar you're in. That it's not a good spot, because anything can tick anybody off, and you are who you are. So when you're there, you have a limelight already that people draw attention to you. It is what it is. So Ezekiel Elliott has to stay out of trouble. And if he does that, he'll be fine. I hope all this blow passes, and we won't hear about this after that. But he is, or he might be suspended 1 to 2 games next year, which could really hamper Dallas, because in the NFC East, that division is tough. Those 1 or 2 games can come back to haunt them if they lose both of those games. So you need Ezekiel Elliott to be on your side to win those games, because let's be honest, they have a tough schedule. Not only do you have the number 1 seed schedule, the division winning schedule, but you also have to play the NFC East, in 6 games. So that being said, you're going to have a tough schedule regardless. So Dallas can't afford to lose 1 or 2 games because their top guy is suspended. Because if he does get suspended, that's very hurtful to the Dallas Cowboys. So that right there, just him mentioning being suspended should help him realize that he cannot keep doing what he is doing. Because if he does, he only hurts himself and he hurts the team as well. He was caught in preseason last year in a marijuana place in Seattle. Yes, I'm pretty sure he didn't get anything, but just being there is a bad sign. Jerry Jones and the boys aren't having that, but that's a bad sign right there. You don't put yourself in situations like that. It just, it's not smart at all. So we're done with the NFL news. Let's talk NBA news. Just a brief Lonzo Ball Summer League experience. After that first game, we all know that he had a very, very, very good rest of the Summer League. Triple doubles, 36 points in one game, a double-double in 2 quarters before he got hurt against the Mavericks. Sad news, he is not playing in the finale in the Summer League Championship against the Portland Trailblazers because ESPN was really, really hoping for that, and I know that because people like me were going to tune in if Lonzo Ball was playing. But now that he's not playing, I'm pretty sure the ratings are going to go ahead. Yeah, if Lonzo was playing, the ratings would go way up. So ESPN was probably sad. And of course, us fans as well were pretty sad. I wanted to see him. But could you imagine him winning the Summer League? People would act like he won the NBA Finals, So they'd have been going crazy like, oh, he comes in, he takes over the Summer League. Can he take over the NBA regular season? Slow that down. But Lonzo did have a very, very, very good Summer League. He was obviously the best player on the court throughout every game except for that first game. But you saw that he's a proven leader. He's a proven good guy. And he's going to make the Lakers better. Will that transfer into a playoff appearance? No, not for this year. The West is too freaking crazy right now to even think about that. But you're adding up a piece. Maybe you can get a Paul George next year. Maybe you get another piece because you're going to have cap space to spin around or play around with. But the squad they have right now with the Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle, those guys they're not going to make the Lakers go to the playoffs. Not in that crazy, crazy, crazy West. It's not going to happen. But that being said, Lonzo Ball will be one of the greats when it's all said and done. He will have an impact on the Lakers from the jump. It won't be enough this year, but 2-3 years, we'll see something. We'll see something with him. And there'll be a good team to reckon with. So I'm excited about Lonzo Ball's future. I'm excited for the Lakers' future because when the Lakers are always good, the NBA is good. Can we get an amen? When the Lakers are good, the NBA is good. When the Celtics are good, the NBA is good. Both teams are starting to get on the rise a little bit to being good. That being said, we're excited to see all that. So that's it. We talked about Kirk Cousins. We talked about Ezekiel Elliot, Le'Veon Bell, a little Lonzo Ball as well. So we will talk about more NFL talk and NBA talk and Major League Baseball. They're done with their All-Star break, so they're back into play now. Did you guys see that crazy play by Bradley Jr. when he robbed my man Aaron Judge of the home run for the Yankees and Red Sox game? Crazy. I was watching it live, and I was like, I've never seen a catch like that live before, so I was hyped to see that. But anyway, we will talk about baseball, and we'll talk basketball and football, of course. All that, man. So like, subscribe, comment. Check me out on Facebook. My name is Carlos Clayton. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, if that helps. Check me out on Twitter, @CarlosClayton_. I repeat, @CarlosClayton_. So, as always, sports fans, you know what it is. This is Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and as always, stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.